This morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business. And we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time tuned to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this amazing morning? It is freezing. Fall started yesterday, and fall was already happening in the beginning of September. And so it's a cool, brisk, looks like an overcasty day. It kind of looked like a snowy sky out there today. But yes, we're still here. We're still blessed, and we're still going to do the thing. So welcome everybody to Coffee with Nikkie. I am your host, Miss Nikkie, and this is your daily cup of information and inspiration. And we are here Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about the 30-day challenge because we are on day 16, y'all. Can you believe it? We are closer to the end than we are the beginning of this challenge. So we're on day 16. Also, I want to know, how are you guys doing? I know a lot of you guys are launching this month. A lot of you guys are planning on launching new products, revamping things, and getting your new stuff out there. So I want to talk about that a little bit, see where everybody is at. And with that being said, let's see where everybody is in the building. Let's check. All right, so we got first in the building. We got cousin. I call her cousin. Y'all know her as Latrice of Heartbeat Candle Co. Again, on the other hand, I call her cousin. But here in these YouTube streets, we call her the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on Earth in the building. Good morning, cousin. Good morning. And she says, please hit the like when you enter. Please hit the like. Please, everybody, hit the like. Good morning, Miss Lois. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning. Good morning, Miss Sheila from VA. She said it is terrific Tuesday. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Linda. Miss Linda's in the building. Let's see what her morning message is. She said, good morning, everyone. I am blessed and ready for my miracles today and every day. Yes. And yes, I always love her morning messages. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Lakeisha's in the building. Hey, we got the West Coast in the building up early. Good morning, Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy's in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Regina. Good morning, Regina, right? How are you doing this amazing morning? Am I right? Let me know if I'm right. Good morning. Let's see. Fantastic. Awesome. Good morning, Candace. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Jamie. Miss Jamie's in the building. She said good morning. It's still hot here in Louisiana. Woo! It is so cold. Yesterday, I needed to put on a hoodie. Today, I even have on a blanket because it is chilly. And I'm wearing fleece bottoms. Like I'm wearing fleece pants and socks. It is cold. Let me see. I'm going to have to jump off and come back in about 20-30 minutes. All right. Got you. It's hot in the Caribbean. Okay. Good morning, Melody. Good morning. Good morning, Melly Mel. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. Chantel's in the building, y'all. All right, y'all. So we have some things to talk about. Let's see. It's cool here in Minnesota. Yep. I don't know. The leaves have already fallen off the trees. So fall is here. Fall is here. Miss Nikki, you got me hooked on David Shands. Okay. I listened to so many hot seats yesterday on my 10-hour drive. Let me tell you something. David Shands, I don't even know how I got connected to David Shands. I don't even remember exactly. You know, when you have these connections and you build these, relationships in your head or relationships with people, sometimes you don't remember exactly how you found them, right? I can't remember how I found David Shands. And I know a lot of you guys, when you share how we found each other, a lot of you guys say, I don't quite remember. Maybe she popped up on my videos, maybe somebody shared it, maybe like sometimes you just don't remember, it just automatically happened. And I think it's kismet when things like that happen. So yes, I love me some David Shands. And I think it was the whole group, right? Because David Shands introduced me to the rest of his crew. So that was Neo, that was him 500, that was Donnie Wiggins. Who else at the time? There was a lot of people in that whole Atlanta circle, and I just started following all of them. Candace of Six Figure Spy Chick, her, like all of them. I started following all of them, and it was just a movement at that time. So I was like, I wanted to be in Atlanta at that time because I was like, I want a crew like that. And I think this, that was the start of me creating what I was doing, what I'm doing now, is because I was like, I want to create a crew of people where we are all dope and we all can pour into each other and we all bring something to the table to help each other to the next level, right? Because every time they did an event, they will all do the events together, and I love that. I love that. So that is what we're building here with our product makers and everything like that. That is the type of environment that I want us to have. Well, that we do have. Good morning, Miss Kim. Like I said, West Coast is heavy in the building. Good morning. Love David Shands. He cracks me up with his shade. I know, because the guests be so out of pocket. I'm telling, and he's so like just natural, and it doesn't seem forced. It's just basically regular conversations. And that was I can say that's the person who inspired me to start, like, let's do this every day. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. He's on my vision board. Because honey, I'm getting to Atlanta and I'm getting there. I'm gonna get there. Okay. Love Donnie too. She don't play no games. Nope, right? I love her too. Yes. Good morning, Christina. Good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? How are you doing? Yes, I love them both together. I love the dynamic of how they play off of each other. Really cool, really cool. So yeah, I was like, I gotta build me a whole little crew like that, because I absolutely love that. So, what's going on with y'all today? Is everybody okay? Let me know how you're feeling. How are you feeling in the chat? If you're struggling, say that you're struggling. If you're feeling amazing, say you're feeling amazing. I don't want you to fake it till you make it. I want you to tell me what you're feeling right now, because I really want to know what you're feeling and what you need, because in the next coming days and weeks, I want to make sure that we are on track so that you guys can get the things that you need. I know a lot of you guys are saying that you're launching products. A lot of you guys are doing new scents. A lot of you guys are doing a lot of different things. So we all want you to be successful. So whatever it is that you need, I want to make sure that I bring it to the table. So if that's a certain guest, then I want to make sure I bring that to the table. If that's a certain book or whatever, I want to guide you in the right direction so that you can be getting what you need. Yes, and yes. Donnie is I forgot what's the name of her podcast. She got a podcast too. It's called, is this something correct? I forgot. She's got a podcast too. It's Donnie Wiggins. Wiggins. Yes. I sound like I was rapping, right? She has a podcast on here too. And so her podcast is popping. But her and David Shands, they had Social Proof together. They was doing Social Proof together. Let me see. There was a lady on there that didn't know her cost of goods, and David and Donnie tore her up. because they just be guessing. Yesterday I did watch the one because I said I wanted to see the one with Aisha, and that one came. Well, it didn't come on yesterday, but I went and searched for it, and I was watching it, and it was not painful to watch, but I was like, to see how easy, everything can just be going well one day, and you think everything is going well, but it's really not. And I was like, ooh. So that's why I always want to make sure, you know, when we're having conversations, I don't want you to sugarcoat it and tell me everything is good and you're hopeful that it'll change, because it's not going to change unless you change some things. And so that's one of the points of yesterday's show. Well, it wasn't yesterday's show, but I put it yesterday, right? With Isa, Aisha, is it Aisha Taylor? Isa? Yes. So I watched it, and so he was basically saying, we could give you a whole lot of things. We could give you all the money that you need in order to get you out of debt. We can do all of those things, but if you don't have a plan, you're not going to be able to be successful, because you're going to continue with the same habits. So there are some habits that you are repeating all the time that is allowing you to get further down into debt. It's a process that's going on, that things need to change. And so I was like, this is for sure, like, because what the Bible says, teach a man to fish and he can eat for the rest of his life, right? And so it's the same thing. I can give you all of the things that you need. I can give you the answers, but if you're not going to apply certain practices and change certain habits, all of the same things are going to happen. And so this is another reason, and this goes into me and getting these budget envelopes out here, okay? And I know it's taking me a minute, but I had to do my picture. I'm not making no excuse. I'm behind, okay? I'm not making up an excuse, because when you give me excuses, I don't want to hear it. So I'm not even gonna make up an excuse for it. But I gotta get them out there. But the reason why I'm doing it is so I can hold myself accountable, because I know that is not my blessing. That is not my strong suit. And so I want to make my weakness a strength. And so I am going to be changing my habits, because I know in that area I struggle. I struggle with budgeting. I struggle with budgeting. I struggle with saving. I struggle. And so I know that. And so since that is an issue, I am going to open up myself, be transparent, say, you know what I'm saying? And let this be a situation, not a situation, but let this be a learning experience for me, where I'm taking a weakness and I'm making myself stronger in this area. I'm not saying I'm trying to go and be an accountant or anything. I'm just saying that I know that this is where I struggle. And so I need to change my habits and start doing different things if I want different results. And so I say the same to you. And so that is what David was talking about yesterday on the live with Aisha, is that we could give you everything that you need, but if you're not going to change your habits, if you're not going to try to figure out where your problems are, you're never going to get any better. And then you're going to be in this situation a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now. And you're going to always be in this situation, because nothing has ever changed. And so that was a key takeaway for me yesterday. That was a key takeaway for me yesterday. I am a bit tired trying to stay focused with pouring these candles for this event in North Carolina. I know, girl, I was up till 1 o'clock last night, getting my sugar scrubs together. I got I got so much stuff that I'm still doing. Orders that's got, getting my orders together. I've got so much to do. So I understand totally. I'm there with you. I am there with you. Let me see. I am feeling accomplished with my TikTok growth. Come on, Miss Candace. I've been reviewing information, attending webinars, and applying what I learned from TikTok. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes. Continue to learn everywhere you go. And I'm glad you said that, Miss Candace, because even when you are at the level of what you think success is, you've always got to continuously grow. You've always got to educate yourself, because there's always going to be something new. There's always going to be something for you to learn. There's always higher levels that you want to aspire to be at. And so that's going to require a different mindset. That's going to require you to have a different set of skills, perhaps. You know what I mean? And so we always have to be open and receptive to growth. We always have to be open and receptive to education. And education can come in the form of basically anything. We are in a day and age where you could basically get information everywhere you turn. So take advantage of that and be a sponge and absorb all of the information that you can find, right? And I also want to say take them in spoonfuls, because one time, not one time. What we do is we like to indulge in education, and we get consumed and overwhelmed with all of the information, and we don't know what to do, and so we get stuck and we don't apply anything. So take a little bit at a time so that you are able to apply what you need as you go. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not like, oh, I got to go back all the way from the beginning and figure out this thing again. No, no, no. Apply what you are getting every time. If you can, one thing I know about a few people who execute quickly, if you execute quickly, you're going to continuously get in the habit of doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so start doing that. Execute quickly. You hear some information and it's valuable to you. Not everything you hear you need to apply, right? If you hear some information and it applies to you, and it's something that you know that's going to help you to grow, apply it immediately. Don't wait till the time is right. Don't wait until you feel it in your, I'm not going to say feel it in your spirit, because you should definitely feel it in your spirit, but don't wait until you think, okay, I'm gonna wait till this happens. If you know that you can apply it now, apply it now, right? If you know, if you can apply it now, apply it now, right? Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. I watched the one with the two sisters, and it made me think about partnerships, etc. Got you, got you, got you, got you. I took a few days off from making. Back at it today. I hope you had a good, relaxing rest, Christina. Hope you rested. Hope you had some great ideas. Hope you was able to step back and come back and look at it with fresh eyes and keep excitement, because that's a big thing for us as makers. We lose excitement when it comes to making certain products. And I can say too, like, um, once you start getting to the habit of making certain things, it starts to get boring. And so you get into that pattern, like, I'm not excited about doing this no more. But every now and then you throw a little something in there, it revitalizes you, and it perks your mind up to what the why is, right? Why did you even start? Why did why are you doing this? And so bath bombs and sugar scrub cubes were that for me, right? Because this week, the end of last week into this week, I was making sugar scrub cubes, and I was making bath bombs. And it brought back the love that I had when I used to make, because initially when I started out with desserts, right? And so when I started doing it, nobody's desserts look like desserts. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all this story all the time. And it was Lush, and it was a handful of other makers. Now it's a sea of people doing it, and it looks amazing, but it wasn't always like that. So when I started, I was able to be as creative as I wanted to, because I'm like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, and nobody else was doing it. And so now, fast forward to 14 years later, I am solely focused on the skincare, the simple stuff. It's great, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't help my creativity. And so while I was doing the sugar scrub cubes and the bath bombs, I was like, oh, I remember when I used to do that. And then it just brought back the love, right? It brought back my why I was doing it. And I felt really good about being able to be as creative as I wanted to, trying different things and doing different techniques. It was fun. It was fun. So I hope you came back and looked at it, right? Like I said, with like fresh eyes, and revitalized and re-energized and just ready to take over the world, girl. Take over the world, girl. Let me see. Miss Tracy says, when I was at a mini conference with traffic, sales, and profit, we had conversations with representatives from Chase Bank, and we talked about the money. Come on, come on. I love that. I love that. Good morning, Martini. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nikki, you were up late last night. I told you. Miss Kim sent me a message. And I tell you, I do check my DMs, right? So Miss Kim sends me a message, and she said, I hope you are sleeping, or I hope you are resting. And I was like, nope, I'm wide awake. Nope, I'm up. But I was burning the midnight oil for sure, for sure, for sure. You were up late again last night. Yep. And I was up to about won something, and I was waiting on my niece to send me her logo. So she wanted to get my feedback, so she was messing with it. So she was like, Auntie Nikki, don't go to sleep till I send you the thing. And I was like, okay. So I'm still working around and doing stuff until she sent me her logo. After she sent me her logo, I did finish up what I was doing, and then I did go to bed. But I wasn't able to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning this morning. I was so exhausted. So exhausted. My body was exhausted. My body. I'm not properly stretching. I need to stop. I need to, because I wake up, as soon as I wake up, you guys know I'm not changing my clothes or anything. I'm waking up, I'm riding my bike in my pajamas, right? Because I said if I change my clothes, I'm gonna change my mind, and I don't want to do that. So I go directly to it. And so I need to start stretching. I really do. And I know better, but do I do it? No. I need to. I need to. Let me see. Hit the like, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I OD on education, and you're so right. Yep, yep, yep. You sure do. Sure do. Get all of the information you can. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, good morning, everyone, and I'm blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. That is so true, Miss Nikki, because I had to stop sitting in on webinars because I wasn't applying. No, and so that information is not doing anything. It's just one in one ear, right out the other. Maybe sometimes you'll be able to recall certain things, and those are the things that stood out to you in that particular moment. But most times, like, I used to take a bunch of classes and I have a bunch of notebooks, and I can't tell you what's in these notebooks. I know it's a bunch of information, some great information. Like, I've taken classes with Words Taylor, Candace from Six Figure Spy Chick. I took classes with her. I took classes with Grant Cardone. I've taken lots of classes, and I have notebooks full of information that I have to go back and apply. Mosquitoes, like, I've been taking classes for a long time, but I want, and since I consume information like that, you attract who you are. And so since I consume information like that, I am automatically assuming that you guys are doing the same thing. And so I am telling you something that works for me and I think will work for you is take what you need in the bite-sized chunks. Pick one or two things to apply and apply that one or two things. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to apply everything, because once you try to do all of the things, then you're going to sit there and say, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't understand this, I don't know what I'm doing here, because you got too much information. You didn't even figure out what the basic thing is first. You didn't even get through part one. You in your head, you sitting on part 1 to 20, and you don't even know how to start, right? uh Listen to something, apply it. Listen to something, apply it. And that way you'll be able to remember it because you're going to apply it. And so you're going to have to always apply it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I know how I do. And sometimes I'm just like, oh, just another video, just another video. And it's interesting. I'm enjoying it while I'm watching it or listening to it, but I know that I'm not applying it. And then I'll even say while I'm listening to it, oh, I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to get back to it. And I don't. You know why? Because I don't remember it later when I need it or when I think I'm going to use it. Because I'm like, what was that I learned? I don't remember. Now I gotta go back and listen to it again. Or I didn't write it down because I didn't have a pen. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. So don't get overwhelmed with information. Apply it as soon as you get it, right? Apply it as soon as you get it. If something sticks out to you, apply it immediately. Apply it immediately. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, yes. Let's get it. Let's go. Congratulations. Let me give you a soul clap. Um, to the shop side. Okay, now you have to learn the shop side. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me see. Never stop learning. There's something new to learn every day, every single day. Every single day. How many of you guys get consumed with education? And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. So do not get me wrong. Don't be like, oh, well, Nikki said, don't do this, don't do that. No, 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 no. I'm saying if something applies to you and you think that it could help you, take the thing and apply it. That way you are always going to learn. Take the thing and apply it. Don't let it sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna apply all the things at one time, because you're definitely not gonna be able to do that, right? So just get what you can and apply it, right? If it doesn't fly, what is it? It doesn't apply, let it fly. All right. So everybody, we are at the 30 day. We are closer to the end of this 30-day challenge. And so I want to know, if you are doing a challenge with me, how are you feeling? Day 16, more than halfway in, closer to the end than we are the beginning. How are you feeling about the 30-day challenge? What are you learning about yourself? What are you learning about yourself? Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know in the chat, if you're doing a 30-day challenge, what are you learning about yourself? I'll tell you right now, I'm learning that being consistent is helping me to stay on task, even though I do see myself slipping back into old ways, because just because I have the idea that I want to do a different, just because I am consistently moving in the right direction, don't mean that I won't have those days when I don't feel like doing it, right? And so I noticed that sometimes I am slipping back into, well, let me go scrolling, let me go do this, let me go do that, and it's distracting me from doing what I need to do, right? So I do notice that I do still have my distractions. I notice that having my goals and writing them down um without overwhelming my day works for me, because usually if you see my to-do list is usually like long, right? And I assume when I start my list, oh, I could do all of these things, I can knock these out. And I probably could if I limited my distractions. I probably could if I didn't procrastinate, because sometimes I still do, right? So or I'll say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get right to it, but let me just check this, oh let me just check this, oh let me just post this, and my post turns into me scrolling, because now I want to go look for a trending sound, or I want to go look for this, and I want to go look for that. And so it turns into my little 2 minute that I was supposed to use to take that to post, now turned into 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then that took me 20 minutes off of my day. So I still notice that I do this. So I want you guys to know, sometimes you will have that feeling to do that, because it's embedded in you, because if you've been doing it so long, it's there. But you have to kind of like try to figure out how you can break out of that. So that's one thing that I noticed that I'm doing within this challenge, and I am working on it. I am working on it. Melly Mel says, I'm learning not to listen to multiple voices in my head and focus on one task at a time. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I had to tell myself that yesterday about the multitasking, because I'm like, oh, my body butter's cooling. I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. And it's like, you really, at the end of the day, not even at the end of the day, but period. I only can do one thing at a time. So yes, while the body butter is cooling, I could do my sugar scrubs, but I can't do the sugar scrubs and the body butter at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like the cooling, yes, because it's got to cool. But doing everything, because then something's gonna get over whipped, something's gonna get overlooked. And so you have to just like, let me get this task done, knock that down, get it out the way, because and also the things can get done, but then it's in my way. Right? Because I am very skilled at being a multitasker. I am very skilled at that. Am I doing everything at 100%? No, I'm not. And no one is doing everything at 100% if you are multitasking, right? There's some things that you can do and multitask, and that would be, some reason why you would, not some reason, but that would be habit stacking, right? There's some things that you can do and apply something else and start building habits to do better things, but sometimes you can't, and that's what I was doing. And like I said, I'm very skilled at doing it. I have to learn how to stop, because, like I said, there's a lot of things in your way. And so my mother used to always say, "How can you work with all the stuff in front of you?" I've been doing it since I was a little girl, right? Everything that I wanted to play with, everything that I wanted to do, I would put right directly in front of me. I would have to move things out the way so that I could do whatever with the other thing. And I would do that all the time. But that makes for a busy, like, I don't get to do what I need to do quick enough because I got to clean up that first to get to that. And then I got to do this to get to this. And so it's a little, it's not overwhelming because, like I said, I've been doing this since I was younger, but it's not very effective. It's not very effective at all. You know what I mean? I could clear out the area, boom, knock out the sugar scrubs. Move that out the way, boom, knock out the body butters, as opposed to having half of the table with sugar scrubs, half of the table with body butters. Now I'm trying to move things around and I'm trying to play Tetris with the stuff so I can make sure that, I put it away or whatever. It's not very effective. It's not very effective at all. How many of you guys can relate? How many of you guys can relate? Because if everybody in here are product makers, we have the I don't want to say that our attention span is short, but it kind of is. But I want to say that when we're product makers, we always feel the need to feel busy because feeling busy means that things are getting done. And so we're always trying to do other things while doing something else. And so I feel now, like Melly Mel was saying, trying to be single-minded about my task it really does help. It really does. Good morning, Big Meech. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm really learning and loving to take breaks mentally and physically. I've now scheduled breaks throughout my workday and it's giving me life. Yes. Oops. Yes, 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 and yes. I love that. I love that. Sometimes you gotta, like mom, going back to my mom, take a step back, look at it with fresh eyes, and that way you'll have renewed energy. That way you can focus. That way you can, if you need to pivot, you can pivot. If something don't work out, you can figure out something. And that's one I did. I'm gonna go back to me and my sugar scrubs. Um, I haven't made sugar scrub cubes in forever, right? But that's one of my favorite things to make. I love sugar scrub cubes. And so I was making it and I was trying to do too many things at one time. And so I don't know where messed up it's not even messed up. It was a wonderful surprise, but um I had did something and so my sugar scrub consistency wasn't as firm as it needed to be. It was more like pliable and scoopable and I was like, this is not the texture because it doesn't allow you to put it into the clamshell like that. And I was like, this is not the texture. What did I do? I couldn't think because I was doing other things. I couldn't think if I put the right amount of oil in there. Did I put the right amount of soap in there? What did I do? I could not quite remember. So I was like, all right. But the texture is still, the consistency was not the same, but it still was great product. And I was like, oh, but I actually love this consistency. I can't duplicate it because I don't know what I did. And I was like, oh, this is a great consistency. And then I started scooping it with the ice cream scooper, and it gave me great ice cream scoops. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so dope. But guess what? Since I was doing so many things, I can't even remember how I even got it like that. So now I'm gonna have to test and play around with textures and ingredients, the portions to see what I did in order to get that consistency because it was great. But I was doing too many things to even know what I did wrong. Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, because at first I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to throw this away. But it worked out to be an amazing thing. But now I can't remember what I did. I cannot remember what I did. How many of y'all do stuff like that? Let me know. Let me know. Yes, workspace challenges. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. Let me tell y'all, me, I'm you. I'm telling you. Um, to help combat my ADHD and squirrely zipping from one thing to the next, my son bought me a timer. So now I have to stay focused on one task at a time. I love that. I love that. And that's the same as the Pomodoro technique, but I love that because we tend to just be all over the place. And like I said, I can't duplicate that recipe. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did, but it is a wonderful product. I tell you that. It's wonderful and it smells amazing. It works amazing. Like I'm like, oh, and it's gonna work like the rest of the sugar scrubs. It's just a different texture, different consistency. So if y'all see on Thursday, if y'all join me on my live sale on Thursday, I am going to have those ice cream scoops and they are firm. I'm going to have them in a jar. They're firm. They're single use. You just grab one and go. The same reason why I do my sugar scrub cubes is because you just pop one or two out and use what you need. No water gets in there, no bacteria, da 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 da. These are single scoops, so you can just take the little scoop and use it for whatever you need. So yeah, let me see. I'm aware of my bad habits and I stop immediately. Yes, yes, and yes. We sometimes we like to lean into it, but yeah, it now that we are doing this challenge, it is forcing me to pay attention to why things aren't getting done in the time frame that I set out. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. I get it. I made some soap last night and forgot to tear the scale. Oh, I've done that plenty of times. Oh my goodness. And then I'm like, I feel like I didn't put enough castor oil in there. I think it was the castor oil. And so when you because I don't do cold process, I do hot process. So I'll know immediately. But ooh hoo, hoo. I know. I know. I made some soup last night and forgot to tear the scale before I started pouring. Yeah. The fragrance oil. Ooh. Well, the great thing about us being product makers is that we can operate on the fly, right? So if something didn't happen the way we wanted it to, we can call it something else. We can rename it something else. We can repurpose it into something else. So that's what's so great about us being creatives is that we're always able to, if something didn't work out, we did something a little wrong or we don't know where we messed up, we could fix it. We could fix it and still make use of it. And so I think we could still do it. We could still do it. So, you guys, I want you to tell me why did you start? Did I ask you guys that? Why did you start doing the challenge? Why? What is the purpose of you doing the 30-day challenge? Let me know in the chat. What is the purpose of you doing this 30-day challenge? And what do you want to get from it? What do you want to get from it? At the end of this 30 days, what do you want to get from this challenge? And if you are not doing the 30-day challenge, what do you want to do in your business before the end of the year, right? Like, what is your why? What is your why? What do you want to get out of this? So for us, we have 30 days because I figure if 30 days we can put some urgency on the things that we say that we want, then we can see that it doesn't necessarily take an entire year for you to achieve certain things. You can achieve them and bring them closer to you way quicker than that. And once you know that, then you'll start doing different things. You'll start moving differently because you know that you can bring it to you faster and you don't necessarily have to wait and drag out this goal, because a lot of the times we're dragging out this goal and the goal will go on to the next year and then the next year and then the next year and the next year, and you just drag your feet and take your time. There's no urgency to get to it. And so that's what, that's why I wanted to do with the 30-day challenge, is because I wanted you to put some urgency next to the goals that you're setting. I wanted you to put a time stamp next to the things that you're saying that you want to do. I wanted you to get specific about the things that you say that you want to do, that you want to achieve, right? So if that's weight loss, if that is launching your business, if that is launching a particular product line, if that is launching a certain whatever, no matter what it is, to just put that urgency on it, add a timestamp on it so that you can be working towards that and not working towards a someday. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to No Excuses, and I'm listening to that book, and I've listened to it before. I didn't realize that I have, and I must have listened to it on YouTube or what I was following Brian Tracy somewhere. And in the book, it says that you need to be specific about your goals. Why? Because if not, you'll put your goals on someday I'll. And someday I'll is exactly that. Someday I'll get to it, right? Someday I'll get to doing whatever I said I was going to do. Someday I'll make that position, or I'll hit that position. Someday I'll go on this vacation that I dreamed of someday. And so someday is never going to get here. You need to have some some specificity right in the goal. And that is why we are doing this 30-day challenge. So why are you doing this, y'all? That's my why. That's my purpose of why I set this challenge. But what's your why for doing it? What is your why for doing it? Miss Lois says, I started the 30-day challenge to get more consistent habits for my daily tasks. Hey, and how's that working out for you, Miss Lois? Is it working for you? Let me know. Melly Mel says to push myself out of my comfort zone. Push myself out of my comfort zone. My goal is to get past the biggest step is the website going live, and that is October 1st, right, Melly Mel? October 1st. So I can focus on my direction and purpose. Yes, yes, and yes. And I just want to say, and we were talking about that because you went live yesterday, and Melly Mel's soap, her company is Bubble Dance Soapery. Her soaps are so good. They're so fragrant. They're nice hard bars of soap, and they last a long time. It has a great lather. So you guys, once she opened up, y'all immediately go and grab you some soap. Immediately grab you a soap from Bubble Dance Soapery because her soaps are amazing. Okay. And so you're launching October 1st. If there's anything that you need, if there is I don't want any challenges to be in your way. Of course we're going to have challenges, but you have help. You have people here that can help guide you as far as things that you need in graphics. And you can even ask, okay, so you guys, I got my website together, give me your feedback, let me know. We have a whole community of people that you can ask, so you don't get stuck in your head having these conversations with yourself, talking yourself out of getting yourself out there, right? Talking yourself into a corner where you're never going to, launch the business, or never going to launch the product, or show the site, or da 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 da. You're going to keep on questioning. So you move the site to next year, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year. We don't want that to happen for you, right? We want you to make sure that you do everything that you set out to do. So whatever it is that you need, make sure that you please ask, and we will definitely, if you want me to pull it up on Coffee with Nikki one day. And I know you said you're gonna come live with me too before you go. What day was that? Are we on the day? I think you said the 27th. Did you say the 27th, Melly Mel? Whatever you need, and that goes for anybody. If you have a question, you want to know what people are thinking about your website, get out of your head and stop saying, you keep on trying to tweak things that you think is going to be better. Why don't you get you some regular people to look at your stuff and say, okay, well, it's easy to navigate if I do this. I get this from this. Oh, this is the feeling that I get from these pictures. Is that what you were trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can ask those questions so you know exactly what you're doing. Yes. Let me see. Miss Tracy says, to really help me to identify what are my hindrances and gain consistency, and how's that working for you? Let me know. Okay, so Miss Tracy want to know, do you have any masculine scents? Okay, thank you, and I will. Yes, yes, and yes. So the 27th, I'm gonna have Melly Mel on live with me. November. Why am I putting November? 27th. Got you. Got you. Let me see. Miss Lloyd says, yes, it's working, but it's still a task that I pushed myself daily. And everything is still going to be a challenge. Just because you decided that you wanted to do something different, don't mean that it's all going to work out the way you think it's going to work out. Everything's not always going to flow. Everything is not always going to be easy. It's definitely going to be hard, especially if you decided that this is what you want to do. You're still going to struggle. You're still going to be challenged, and that's okay, because that's part of you getting past to the other side, is that it is a challenge, and all of the glory is in the challenge. The glory is in the journey. The glory is all of the things that you are becoming on your way to the goal. The goal is, yes, the goal is what you want to, hit and attain, but that's not where the glory is. That's not where the work comes in. The work comes in before that. That's where the work really comes in. That's where you find out who you are. That's when you find out what you're able to do, because now you know that you're pushing past certain things. And once you get over one challenge, there's going to be another challenge, and it's going to continuously be challenges. And once you know that you can push through it, it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good. That's me on the bike. Let me tell y'all, because sometimes I go on that bike, be like, oh, I got 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Once I do 20 minutes, I'm like, okay, 30 minutes. Once I get to the 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, 45. Okay, once I get to the 35, I'm like, oh, okay, an hour. You know what I'm saying? But every moment might be a struggle. Like sometimes I might be on the bike, like I'm so exhausted, I just think I'm gonna be able to do, and I'm able to push past that. So everything is going to be a challenge. Just because you said you want to do something different, that doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy. Okay. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Miss Lloyd says, yes, it's working. Okay, I've read that one. Keisha said, yes, me. Let us know how we can help. Yes, Mel, let us know how we can help. Yep. Yep. I started this challenge to learn new specific ways of self-discipline in business. I am learning ways to balance my 9 to 5 with my business, simple strategies, taking breaks, scheduling, and habit stacking. And it's easy, but it's difficult, right? It's easy things that I won't say it's easy. It's simple things that we need to apply to what we have going on that will be able to help us get into alignment and do the things that we want. It's not major things you got to do, right? Some things may just be subtle, like Miss Kim said, taking breaks. So she could take a break, so when she comes back, she's 100% ready to go, right? She's laser focused on what she has to do, but she's not being distracted by saying, "Oh, I wonder what's going on. Oh, did I turn off the stove? Oh, did I?" You know what I mean? Like it's just simple things that we got to apply, but we just got to get into the habit of making sure that we do it. Big Me says, "My goal is to step out of my comfort zone and stop letting fear hold me back from being um, as successful as I know I can be. I already started and got a wholesale deal. Come on, wholesale deal. Up top with it. Let's give you some applause for that too. Yep. She said, Keisha, I will. I didn't do the challenge because I had a full on mental breakdown before the challenge started. Not me being vulnerable on here. It's okay, girl. Girl, I have a mental breakdown at least once a month. Once a month. Once a month. It happens. We all do it. It's overwhelmed. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes you just have to have a break, that you have to have it so you can get yourself back up. I've been able to pinpoint, let me see. I've been able to pinpoint and still working the kinks out. Come on, we get it. But I was working on myself and the business in the background. And that's all that matters. And that's all that matters. And so I want you to keep in mind the reason why you guys started. If you can write this down and put it somewhere, put it everywhere you're going to see it, put it on your mirror, put it in your wallet, put it on your laptop, put it in your phone. I want you to remember why you're doing it. So when you get to day 17, when you get to day 20 and you like, all right, I'm done, I don't feel like doing it anymore, you need to look at the why and see, it's going to be over soon. And I'm gonna have learned so much about myself. I'm gonna learn so much about my work ethic. I'm gonna learn so much about my business. I'm gonna learn so much about my habits. I'm gonna learn so much about me in this challenge that I'm never, ever, ever going to be the same after this, right? It doesn't even have to be drastic changes. It can be little simple things that you decided that you wanted to do, but these little things are gonna always add up. And so, when we look at change, we kind of think that it's got to be drastic. It's got to be night and day. And sometimes it's not a night and day thing, right? It's these little tiny things that are going to result to that major change, or for you to start moving towards the direction that you want to be in. And so we have to be able to rejoice and be thankful in that 1%, in Atomic Habits, that 1%. You've got to be able to rejoice in that. And that's also another thing that's in the book, No Excuses. And I think you could listen to No Excuses for free on Audible as well, because I'm listening to it right through on Audible. And I didn't order that book unless I had it already in my library, but I don't think I did. I'll check. I digress. But yeah, it's going to be simple changes that you do in your life that is going to make a major difference later on. But it's got to be simple things that you're doing consistently and you are disciplined in doing. You know what I'm saying? And those things are going to create the habit, which is going to help, in turn, help you build what it is that you want to build. Yes, let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Let me see. Michi, we all have them. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And congrats on your wholesale order. I see you on TikTok, Michi. Keep going. Yes. I see you too, girl. I received a plaque from Damon John that says, "Don't forget your why." Come on, plaque. Thanks, ladies. You're welcome. Yes, do not forget your why. Your why is going to keep you motivated. Your why is going to be there when you are not feeling like you want to do this anymore. Your why is going to help you to remember this is a process, and I'm in the middle of progressing. I'm in the middle of something right now, but I am going to continue going because my why is strong enough. You know what I'm saying? I say this a lot to product makers. If you don't have a why, and your why is just because you see somebody else doing something, when your sales are not the way you want them to be, guess what? You're not going to continue it because your why is not strong enough. When you see that it's taking you a little longer for you to sell a product, or you still got things sitting on your shelf, you're not going to try to figure out a way to do it because you don't have no passion behind it. You don't have nothing that's going to make you move forward. So you got to remember the reason why you do things, so that could give you that motivation when you don't feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help you to stay disciplined in the process, right? And keep you consistent in the process, because that is the purpose of the why. You know what I'm saying? And if the why ain't strong enough, believe me, you are not going to continue up. You're not going to follow up. You're not going to continue. You're going to figure out another thing to do with less passion, or maybe some passion, but not enough that's going to connect you to getting the job done, right? Your why is going to connect you to getting the task done, right? Your purpose is to have a successful candle brand, or a successful personalized business, or a successful bath and body company. That's the ultimate goal. Then what's the why? Right? And the why is not just because you want to sell a lot of products, because you can sell a lot of anything, right? Anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be this. You can sell anything, right? Or you can get a job or do whatever. You can do whatever to supplement. But you need to know, okay, so I'm building legacy. I want to leave something for my family. I want to make sure that we have financial freedom. I want to make, like, your why has got to connect you to the goal. Because if you don't have that, then you don't have the fuel, you don't have the wind beneath your wings to help guide you to the next thing, or help you along the flight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what we got today. That's what we got today. Keep your why in front of you. Put your why everywhere, because again, that's going to carry you throughout the rest of this 30 days. It's going to carry you throughout the rest of the 30 days. You think that this first 15 days was a struggle? Wait till you get closer to the end. That's when you're going to feel all the challenges. Everything's going to start coming at you. Everything. And so you're going to have to figure out, like, this is just a challenge and I could get through it. You know what I'm saying? And so your why's got to be there. That's going to carry you through, right? Your why's got to be there to carry you through. Let me see. Let me see. All right, so we are all caught up. So you guys follow me on all social media. I think I would not. I think I know our time is up. I have got to get myself in order. I think I'm probably going to. I always say that every time I get on here and I'm tired, I talk about I'm taking a nap. I never take the nap. I never take the nap, ever. Yesterday, I said as soon as I got up here, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a nap." I never took the nap. I never take it. And then I go to bed late as if I was up the whole entire time, like I didn't drag myself through the day. But yeah, I am going to get off of here. I got some products that I gotta do. I have some things that got to get done. I got this launch. I got to get my dates together because I keep moving my own date because I know that I have so much on my, oh, I got bars. I keep moving my own date because I got so much on my plate. Um, and I am going to worry about knocking a bit out at a time and focusing on one thing at a time because I was trying to do all of the things at one time and it was not allowing me to get things done the way they needed to get done. I wasn't able to pay the attention that I needed to. So now I'm going to be focused and do what I got to do. But with that being said, y'all, follow me on all social media. I am Bubble Babes, Babez, University everywhere. Follow, join the community. The community is free. Go to bubblebabesuniversity.com. And also go and get that prompt by Marty, y'all. Go get that prompt. That prompt is going to help you to create some engaging content. That's going to help you to get some content that is going to be high performing, and you're also going to have engagement. It's also going to be entertaining. It's not going to be boring content. So I'm going ahead and make sure you get that. You get about 14 pieces of content, and you can keep on going and going and going and continue to flip it, and you can change different, the different videos and stuff like that. So go do that. What else? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're catching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay gang down in the chat. Also, if there's anything that you would like for us to talk about, if there's any areas that you want us to focus on, let us know so we can get that done for you. We are going to be getting very hot and heavy on Black Friday holiday. We're about to get hot and heavy on that, especially for the girlies in here that are launching and are on the fence, right? We're going to get you confident about your launch. We're going to make sure that you are speaking to a room full of people and not going into an empty club. If you guys were here from the beginning, you guys know, not the beginning of today, but the beginning of Coffee with Nikki, I will always say, you having a launch and you don't want to, I don't know why I said it like that. If you're having a launch, you don't want to open up the club to nobody being there. You know what I'm saying? You have the DJ, you have the bartender, you have all of the things in place, and you did not bring the crowd, and so you're not going to have a successful club night. It's the same way with your business, right? It's the same way with any product launches. If you have all of the components, because we get worried and stuck in the product and the product looking all amazing and all this stuff, that we don't do the work that we need to do to bring the people in to buy it. So you made this beautiful thing, but you didn't even talk to nobody. So who's gonna buy that thing? So yeah, filling up the club and getting the people in the club. So we're going to be talking about that too, so that if you're launching or if you have a new holiday collection, that you are talking and getting your people excited about the thing coming, so that you have some customers, right? Because the ultimate goal is to sell to somebody, right? So with that being said, y'all, let me see, is there anything else that I want to tell y'all? Black Friday. If you and Miss Kim is one of the people, she sent me a thank you message yesterday about blogging. If you are blogging, when did you say that you are going to do your blogs? Listen, now is the time for you to get your blogs out there. Remember the SEO, all of that, all of these things are going to be components to helping you get to the next level. So, and get visible, be omnipresent, right? Omnipresent, like Rafi says. You have to be on all of the things. You have to be talking and engaging on all of the platforms. You can't just say, oh, here's my pretty thing. You've got to be engaging. So that's another thing. So if you said that you were going to do your blogs, remember I gave you the website for for your niche to look up and see what people are searching for, so that way you can create a blog based around that. I also told you use Chat GPT to help you to create or help you jog some ideas out of your head and put them onto the blog so that you can connect with your audience. Your blog is going to also give you content. Is going to help you to speak to your audience. It's going to help you to repurpose it. It's going to help you to take little excerpts from it. It's also going to help you to make a post about it and point back to your blog. So you can say, oh, you want to learn more about this? Go to my blog. We spoke about da 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 da, and I talked about it in depth da 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 da. You guys, Start getting into the habit of doing the things. Just because you're trying to perfect something don't mean that you can't be building community around it. So start building that community, okay? So if you said you were blogging, it's time to do your blog today, unless you have it on your schedule and you're on time. So, and if you did not put a time in for your blog, if you said you're doing once a month, make sure you put it on your calendar. 2 times a month, put it on your calendar. Once a week, put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar so that it can get done. And you can do them beforehand. You don't have to necessarily do them at the day that you say you're going to do it. You can knock out all of them and then schedule them out if that's how you want to do it, right? So I hope that helped. I hope that today I have resonated with somebody. I hope that this messaging was clear for somebody. And again, we're on day 16, so we're closer to the end than we are to the beginning of this 30-day challenge. So I want y'all to keep strong. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. Again, put your why somewhere so that you remember when this challenge may get a little challenging for you. You want to make sure that you do that. Let me check and see one more time before we wrap it up this morning. Thank you, ladies. You're welcome. Have a great Tuesday, Ms. Lois. I used that prompt yesterday and had me some ideas. Hey, let's go. Oh, it gave me some ideas. Got you. I'm blogging once a week. Come on, Miss Lois. Yes. Miss Kim says she is loving her blog. Listen, y'all, I'm going to need y'all to give me some good reviews and not fake reviews. I want y'all to honestly say what your honest feedback is and send me that in the DM because I'm gathering my reviews because I'm going to start posting it because I need social proof and I need people to know we popping over here because we popping. And that is it. That is all, y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Make sure you stay consistent. Make sure you have a plan for the day. And if you need to take breaks, like Miss Kim said, these breaks are life. So take your breaks and get your work done. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for rocking with me this morning. Did I tell y'all everything? Follow me. Oh, if you're not subscribed, turn on your notifications bell so you can be notified when we are going live. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell a friend, send a friend, da 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 da. I will see you guys in your stories. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.